Good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day and had a great weekend. Market's a little mixed. Dow down a little bit, and then we had the Nasdaq and the S&P up, right? So, I want to thank everybody. I just want to first say thank you for everyone who joins me and follows me and subscribes to the channel. It really means a lot to me. I really enjoy making the show. I want to, inform and as many people as I can on the system of the methodology we use in order to make some money here. And it's always the same thing. It's always about using the value area and the breakout of that and trying to keep our losses small and then let our winners run. Okay. With that said, I want to get right into it, and we're going to go over the stock that we've been watching for a while after that first breakout, and then we've watched it go up and come down, and now we've taken a position, and obviously that's Sorrento Pharmaceuticals, SRNE. So now, if you did watch the show yesterday, I did a special show on a few stocks yesterday because I wasn't here Thursday and Friday. I did mention that some key levels to watch were this were the retest of that low of 1060, that 1060 area of a few days ago, and the potentially of that first that breakout here that happened, the initial breakout about 10 trading days ago. And sure enough, look where it went. Went down to what, $10.13 today. So I wasn't lucky enough to get it down there. I mean, I didn't know if it was going to continue to go further down. So what I did is I did buy it on this back on the way back up, right? So I got in right here at 1108 in Sorrento, and I'm really feeling good about the trade. We're close to this point of control right here. This was a natural place to kind of hit a wall right here at this point of control. And so for tomorrow, what are we expecting? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, I brought my loss, or my stop loss rather, right here, break even at 1108. So we can't lose money on the stock unless it gaps down on some bad news and then we get stopped out, right? Otherwise, we're hoping for a nice, first 30-minute candle. It's probably going to shake out a few people out here in the beginning, that first 30-minute. So watch that closely, right? And then play it accordingly. The way we always do is watch that 30-minute candle. If it takes it out on the low side, get out of the stock. It'll probably want to go much further down. If not, let it run. Hopefully it hits this value area high at some point this week and then moves above that. All right, so Sorrento, we are in at SRNE at 1108, which was great. So another stock that I mentioned yesterday as a possible play was VXRT. VXRT. So let's see if we could bring this up on the charting. I've had some technical problems all day with the Thinkorswim platform. So hopefully those issues are resolved and we can try to get this through these stocks as quickly as possible. So VXRT got in right here, right after this initial. I got in a little higher right here at 961 on VXRT. I did say we were so close to this point of control that we closed right there. Watch that first 30-minute candle. We'll know right away if this is a good or bad trade. If it gets below that 889, the value area low, after that 30-minute candle, then you got to bail. I'm sorry, don't even play it. But we got, it worked out the way it's supposed to, right? We got in right there and then moved up above this. This is setting up really nicely going into the next few days, and I'll show you what I mean here. We're going to bring it out on the another volume profile chart, but this is on the daily. So if you look at this volume profile chart, most of these shares were traded below where we are now. So this is a good sign if you're long, right? And the reason being that most people let their winners run. So 70% of the trades were made below this. So what's that mean? Guess what? It's probably going to go higher and retest this whole section right in here. And and that's what I'm counting for, right? Because 70%, most people are going to let their winners run. We get another push here. In addition to that, if you remember, I did like this initially because we had that huge 74 million share day, and I said this was more indicative of a institution getting in. It never got lower than that day's price action, so I really like the setup. We got so many tailwinds going into the stock. I think we're going to go a lot higher here. So guys, this is one, if you haven't gotten in, maybe get it on a short pullback tomorrow, and then we could ride this higher. And remember, always use that 30-minute candle for your in and out positions. Okay, so that's VXRT. We're going to run into some other ones that I did not get into, but if you did, if you watch the show, it's set up really nicely, and that's KNDI. KNDI, let's bring this up on the intraday. Again, this is looking so nice going into the rest of the week, and that's what I had mentioned. But initially on the intraday chart, if you got in again at that first 30-minute candle, it pretty much ran all the way. I mean, it made the big move right in the beginning, so with a small little slight pullback. But you know what? You were never really underwater the rest of the day. It's probably going to challenge this value area high of 1174, 1175. If that's the case, watch out. I may tomorrow take a small position on the stock and then see if I can just let it run. Okay, that's KNDI. We also mentioned CAPR. CAPR, how it was setting up very similar to VXRT, and look, where the point of control was right there, and you knew exactly where to get out if you're wrong. And I did say at 575, it did this little shakeout initially, held that low, and then if you got in where the day's high was right here at 644, you're looking pretty good going into the next few days as well, right? So that's CAPR. The only stock that really was kind of a letdown, and if you got in, it was STNG. STNG, this is kind of choppy after earnings. It's still looking pretty good. It closed right here at the point of control right here. It looked like it really was going to, go above this value area high, and I still think it's going to. I really think eventually, it's going to start building value between the point of control and the value area high, and then eventually it's going to give you that push that's needed to get higher. And once that happens, I think the stock goes a lot higher as well. Just watch this. I'm going to watch it for you, so you don't really have to. But if you're interested in this one, watch that 30-minute candle. Watch the value area high. If it busts through that, it's off to the races with this stock. All right, so that's a nice quick rundown on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of stocks going into tomorrow that look extremely promising. And the first one is WKHS. WKHS Workhorse. Again, if you look at this, it's setting up very similar to CAPR and VXRT, right, where the point of control is right here. It's above it now. It's the value area low, so you have a really tight stop of maybe 50 cents. I mean that's good, right? When your risk reward is like 50 cents and your upside is 2 or 3 points, it's 4-1. I really like that setup. I'll take that setup any day. Okay, so tomorrow, watch this. We've already had earnings, so a lot of the bad news and anybody you wanted to sell is probably already out of the stock. So unless we get, a major downgrade or something happens where the market really tanks, and this whole sector with Tesla, NEO, KNDI, they're all, it's a hot sector right now, right? The EV market, and this is part of that, market. So watch this again closely. Maybe on a slight pullback, watch that 30-minute candle if you're not in. This is one that I probably most likely will play tomorrow. And another stock that we've played in the past, and it's gotten the best of us, but now it's setting up again for a nice move up, is this NXTC. NXTC, now you want to play this again above 965. So that means watch for this to break today's high, which was 965. So if tomorrow it breaks 965, it's got two things going for it. It's taken out today's high tomorrow, which is positive, and it's going above this value area high, which is also positive. So I wish this point of control was a little bit higher. Yeah, but you know what? Not all setups are going to be perfect setups. This is one that's looking really good going into tomorrow as well, as long as we can take out today's high and then obviously have that continuation pattern. All right, so we're going to do a quick rundown of the stocks that we do own. And the first one is AQST. AQST has been performing just great. It's working exactly the way we wanted. We got in when it was breaking above this value area high. Remember, this value area is going to move as time goes on and more shares are going to be traded above here. So this is obviously a lot more. The initial one was right around 640, 650 where I got in. Now the value area is moving up higher. On a longer time frame chart, I don't want to I don't want to bore you on this, but it had that triple top breakout, which is also extremely positive. They have some news coming out here soon with the FDA, which looks promising, but we're not playing it because of that. We're just playing it purely on technicals, and I think that $10 high is definitely in jeopardy in the upcoming weeks. All right, so AQST is looking great for us. We also do own ADS. ADS was a little bit of a, underperformer today, to say the least, but it's still looking good. If you take a look at it right here, it's going to retest this value area high right here and probably move higher in the next upcoming weeks. Everything else looks good, where the 5 is above the 13 still. Watch it maybe right, 46.30. That's probably where it's going to bounce, or maybe it bounces tomorrow and it goes higher tomorrow. We don't know. But watch this really closely. We're in at 43.10. Stock is performing really well. The other stock that we had talked about on Sunday that I got in on Friday was OVID. OVID. I got in OVID at 768, right above, and then it finally broke above this value area of 744, and now it's running nicely. I really like this. I want to bring this up on the daily, and I'll show you why. Because, okay, after making that high of 944, I don't want to, go over it too many times. If you saw the video Sunday, great, but I'll just rehash it real quick. We had that triple top, one here, one there. Okay, so the first one was back on June 25th. Then we had another top over here at 7 on July 9th, and then on July 13th, it tried to break above this, 825, let's call it. Now, the stock has the second highest close of this year. So to me, that's extremely positive. I'm going to see if it can break above this 825 tomorrow. I really think this stock is going much, much higher, possibly into that $9 range to challenge that 52-week high. All right, guys, thank you so much. I try to keep this under 10 minutes. I know for a lot of you guys it's really boring and you just want to hear what stocks to pick and go with that, but I want to just to let you know there's a methodology to what we do. The setups are always the same. I try to give you entry points and exits that makes sense. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much again for joining me. If you do like the show, if you want to reach out to me, please, again, subscribe to it. If you have any questions, please contact me at eric@valueareatrader.com. That's Eric with a C, eric@valueareatrader.com. Again, everyone, have a great evening, and remember to trade smart and be safe.